All right. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to Web and Beyond Live. I'm Ray Sidney Smith. I'm the president of W3 Consulting and the managing director of W3C Web Services. And so we provide managed WordPress hosting and domain registration and other related web services like SSL certificates and so on and so forth. And what I want to do with Web and Beyond Live is to have this regular ongoing conversation. And so I really encourage you all to ask questions while we're here together in this YouTube Live. And so what you can do is in the platform itself, while this is different for everyone, it seems, there on the right-hand side, you should see a live chat if you're on the desktop version and your window is maybe 2/3 or 3/4 of the width of the video space. And then if it's not, and it's the full screen, the video is all the whole width of your video, your monitor, go ahead and go below that, and you should see it there. And the mobile, you may have to scroll to the bottom of some other stuff that YouTube shows you, and you should see a live chat function there at the bottom of the page. And so feel free to go ahead and say hi in the chat. Ask questions. I'm here to answer questions about digital marketing, productivity, and just other related technology questions that you might have that I can be helpful to or send you to, in terms of getting an answer to your questions. And so what I want to do today is talk about two things. Of course, there is the big kind of, elephant in the room, which is the coronavirus and just having an update in regards to where everybody is. I don't really have anything to offer per se, more so as I'm just curious how folks are doing in there. I see Robin is here. Hi, Robin. How's it going? And hopefully others are out there listening and watching. And so welcome. And so what we want to do is I just wanted to reach out and just ask folks how they're doing with regard to their coronavirus response. And I'm thinking about putting together a quick webinar, and I'll put that out via social media and to our email list if we do that, and probably in partnership with the Virginia SBDC to let folks know how they should be responding and really doing some preparedness, not just now, but in the future for any of the related disasters that can befall a company. So I wanted to just let you all know that I'm out there and I'm listening. And if you have questions, feel free to email me, and I'm happy to help out with the technology response side of things. Or if you are having trouble with maybe a marketing related response, you don't know how maybe to position some particular component of your marketing, reach out and I'll be happy to help you out there. One thing that I am going to be doing as a kind of an aside is launching a virtual co-working community, and this has been actually in the works for quite some time. I didn't plan on doing it so soon, but because of what's going on, I just know that many of you out there work from home, work in an environment where you're remote. Like for example, my entire team is remote, and so I'm working alone most of the time, and so in a distributed work environment. And so most of the faces I see are actually my clients face to face in and via video. And so we're going to be actually I will be creating a virtual co-working community and getting that out very soon. And so I'll put a link to that in the show notes as soon as it goes live. But the idea here is that you're able to come online and see other faces who are working. It's video on, audio typically off, and that just allows you to be able to still communicate via chat with others. Coffee clutch if you'd like to in private chat, but you can see other people working, and there's something good about the accountability as well as the ability for you all to see one another focused in work. And so we're going to be doing that very soon and getting that virtual co-working community set up. I've been running an online or a digital personal productivity community called Personal Productivity Club for quite some time at personalproductivity.club. And that's for those of us who are personal productivity enthusiasts. But the virtual co-working community is a little bit broader than that, because it's about folks who are doing work in a remote environment, working from home or working from cafes, and just want the ability to see others who are also deep in some kind of focused action session themselves. And we'll have other benefits over time that will grow the community. I'm going to start it off, as a free trial, so people can ride out this coronavirus outbreak or pandemic wave while working remotely. And then after that, we'll kick into a fee-based platform that has more benefits and more options for people over time. So I just wanted to let you all know about that. But by all means, reach out if you're feeling a little bit isolated working remotely. There's a way to engage and interact in lots of different ways. So feel free to know that I'm out there answering those. And Robin just noted that she's receiving many calls from friends and colleagues about overwhelm, worry, and not having a plan. And so mental health support, positive thinking, we will get through this is the hashtag. Help and support is needed. Absolutely. So absolutely, simply taking calls from friends, listening will help them and you, says Robin. So absolutely, Robin, you're absolutely right. This is a time for us all to know that we're in this together. Viruses don't discriminate in terms of race, class, political persuasion, business owner, non-business owner. It doesn't matter whether you're big business or small business. This is unfortunately any germ of is going to be indiscriminate in the way in which it ravages communities. And so we don't want to be in a panic state. We want to be in a preparedness state. And so, as I've been saying all along, we should always be preparing. We should always be preparing for these kinds of things. And that makes our businesses more resilient. And that means our marketing messages should be strong and should always be safety and responsiveness forward. And I think that's going to be something that helps all businesses that survive this going forward a little bit more resilient. Okay, I don't want to take too much more time on that topic. I just wanted to let you all know that I'm out there and I'm here for you if you need to reach out. I wanted to switch gears to the second topic of today, and I won't take too much time on this topic, but I'll spend some time talking about it, which is the idea of subscription tools and recurring payment tools. Been getting a lot of questions from clients over the last couple of weeks about how to actually set up subscription tools, how to take payments online. Obviously, with COVID-19 and SARS-CoV-2, being present in people's minds, they're starting to think about e-commerce just on a lighter scale, not really fully going to an e-commerce platform, but just the notion of how do I actually become more e-commerce friendly? How do I take payments online? And how do I set up maybe some subscription-based items for people who do pay me on a regular basis? And so I just wanted to cover some of the tools that are available to you all. So first and foremost, on the just taking payments side, there are a lot of tools that are out there. But I would look at really the main two that I think are really helpful, and they actually end up being helpful in the recurring payment space as well, which is PayPal. PayPal is just a kind of juggernaut in that space, and I know a lot of people have pros and cons for using PayPal, but just know that PayPal exists. You can sign up for a PayPal account, and most businesses, maybe not all businesses, but most businesses should be able to set up a PayPal account and receive funds from clients from their website. You can embed directly on your website. You can share via a link. PayPal actually gives you a unique URL that you can send people to, and they can send you funds just by clicking on that link. There's mobile application. There's credit card and NFC devices you can obtain from PayPal and take payments in person through that system. So there's lots of options for and with PayPal. Beyond PayPal, though, there are so many options that are out there. The one that I like particularly is a company called Wave. They're a Canadian-based accounting software program, but they have a software called Wave Invoices, and within Wave, you can actually send invoices, which is great, cool tool. It's free, except for the payment processing fees that they charge. So they can charge anywhere, I think it's 2 point something percent, but just shy of 3% that they're charging for them to be able to process payments on your behalf. But otherwise, you have this very good invoicing tool that's built into the program. It's it's pretty relative. I mean, it's pretty competitive, that is, with the other programs that are out there, be that PayPal or Stripe or Square or the others, in terms of how much percentage they're taking from each transaction. So you do have to count that into your budgeting, so that you understand profitability against that percentage. But it does everything for you, and you're not paying a monthly fee for having it, so you are saving, at least in that regard. Wave additionally has an option. I think they're called checkouts, but they allow you to be able to create very quick and easy. I'm looking it up right now to make sure that I'm right here. But they have it so that you can create a very quick and easy payment option on your website or via a link. So in essence, what you can do is you can set up different products or services that you want to be able to provide, and then they give you a link, and all you need to do is link to it from your website, your email, what have you. So it is called, here it's called checkouts. Let's see what checkouts is. Yeah, so checkouts is the idea that you can create a product or service, and then you are capable of creating a link. You're given a link, and you can integrate that with WordPress, Wix, Squarespace directly. There are embedded functionalities for those, but otherwise you get this little link that they provide you. It's link.waveapps.com/ some number letter combination with some hyphens in it, and now you can send someone to it, and they can pay you, and then the money's received by Wave and then deposited into your bank account. And so that's very, very powerful for you to be able to create these checkouts quickly and easily. For example, I'm in a Facebook group, and in the Facebook group, someone asked about whether or not I could provide a discounted service to them, and I said, oh yeah, sure. So I created a discounted offer specifically for these folks, and so this digital marketing strategy audit is now available, but only to the people inside of that network at that discounted offer. And so I was able to do that, and no one else has that link, no one else is capable of doing that, but I can do that in this very strategic space. So the idea of doing single payment is possible just with PayPal and Wave, and you're good to go. Then there is the other side to that, which is recurring payments, and it turns out that Wave has that functionality also, and so does PayPal. So again, if you want to be able to do just the simplest possible recurring payments, you can go into the Wave system, and you can say, I want to do a recurring invoice, and then that client or customer is just sent an invoice on a schedule to be able to pay. In the PayPal world, you get a little bit more functionality, because you can actually charge someone's credit card on a regular recurring basis for a product or service, and it's just automated in that sense. Your client or customer can unsubscribe at any time, so they can stop the subscription if they need to. They have a lot of control over that space, and so PayPal just gives you that management functionality. It's not anything fancy, but it works. And so in especially a time like this, where you're really trying to ramp up and get people to send you money for a particular service or product without having to meet you in person for it anymore, especially if they are doing that in person, that's a really quick and easy way to do so. I did want to let folks know who were doing maybe a membership program or some kind of recurring revenue model where they need to do lightweight membership management. There is a tool called Invite Member. And Invite Member allows you to be able to create a group within what's called Telegram. Telegram is a chat application. It's a little more than just a chat application. It allows you to have phone call message, video messaging, voice messaging, as well as phone calling, and gives you this very, very sleek interface for being able to do that. You can do that on the web, desktop applications, mobile applications. It's free. But what Invite Member does is it actually provides an overlay of a paywall for particular groups. So say, for example, you're trying to create a group where a specific group pays you on a regular basis for access to not only that group, but to you. Well, you can do that with Invite Member. It's very easy to create, and then you've got a paywall, and people can come, they can pay on a regular basis for that service, and they handle all of that for you. So that's just a really great tool. For other types of subscription stuff, if you wanted to be able to create subscriptions for other types of things, there are tools like Recurly, and Recurly is a really great tool that allows you to be able to create a just a recurring subscription. So you go out there, you create a Recurly account, and then you're able to do subscription billing. And so the plans, you can start out free. There's a free plan that allows you to be able to do this, and then of course you can upgrade to higher level ones. But I believe the free version should fit most small businesses, most individuals. It takes credit card payments. You can take Apple Pay, PayPal, Amazon Pay, and you can go out there and accept these uh, um, subscription billing options for you. So you could do fixed recurring, you can do one-time charges or some hybrid of those. They allow seat-based and usage-based plans. So you get a lot of functionality right up front. It's worth checking out. There are other versions of Recurly, like there are other competitors to Recurly that you can try that are out there, but it's worth using if you are interested in some kind of recurring revenue. For those of you who don't know, there are actually platforms for being able to monetize email lists. So for example, if you wanted to start an email newsletter where people paid you for that content, it doesn't have to be just text content, by the way, right? Because in an email, you can link to video, you can link to audio, and otherwise that can be held behind some other service like putting it in Dropbox or OneDrive or Google Drive so that only people who have access to that link can access that content. You can actually do this kind of, basically providing a whole new service line, new revenue line by creating a newsletter focused subscription. And there are two tools that I know that do it really well. One is called Substack, and the other one is called Review. So Substack is Substack. I'll put a link to this in the description below once we're over. And the other one is called Revue, Revue. And both of these tools allow you to be able to have people show up. They can sign up and subscribe for a fee, and that fee comes to you less whatever Revue and Substack's subscription or processing costs are. And there you go. You can now have a new revenue for producing content for those people. So it could be a wide variety of things upon which you are an expert in your industry or field. And it's just worth kind of considering, especially if you are a professional services business or in the consulting space and you're thinking about how to diversify revenues. So especially in this time when a lot of people are starting to think about, the strict retail focus of their business, if you can diversify your revenues so you're not so dependent upon solely retail, then maybe you can do something in the service side that could also improve your revenues. So I just wanted to put that out there for people who are interested. At this point, I am completed with whatever I wanted to talk about with you all. And so I'm very happy to hear comments, feedback, questions that you might have, and feel free to go ahead and pop those into the chat. And while we're doing that, I will just close us out, which is to say that we're coming to the end of our time together unless no one else has any other comments. But if you've liked the live stream, if you've liked this Web and Beyond Live, feel free to use the thumbs up icon somewhere there in your dashboard. You can thumb it up. That's helpful to us to just bring new small business friends into the fold, and so thank you for doing that. Of course, if you have a question, feel free to leave a comment and I will be happy to answer your questions there. And so feel free to go ahead and leave a comment or question right there in the comment section. Even after this is over, I will hopefully see a notification from YouTube and I'll be able to answer that. So every week here, typically at 11 a.m. Eastern, I will, on Mondays, I try to come here live for Web and Beyond Live, and we'll note that always on social channels if that time changes. But even throughout this coronavirus crisis, if you want to call it that, we will continue to be going live since this is a coronavirus-free zone, joining you via YouTube Live. So thanks everybody for your support. I've been hearing from people behind the scenes via email and otherwise that these have been really useful, and so I'm thankful for your feedback. But please keep sending your feedback. I want to hear what you want to hear about, and so therefore I can keep improving this and doing more and different things. But thanks for spending this time with me for Web and Beyond Live. Again, I'm Ray Sidney Smith with W3 Consulting and W3C Web Services. Have a great week ahead. Stay safe, wash your hands, and keep your distance. Physical distance from people. You don't have to be socially isolated, but you do have to be physically distanced from people so that we can hopefully get through this safely and well. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.